What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. It is an early morning video here. It's about 7 a.m. Sun is just starting to peek up over the tree line that way. You can see back behind me I got the French doors. I would say 95% done. I know I said I promised I would have them done on the next video, but I made the mistake of waiting too long to pull the tape off, and it did pull off little tiny sections. Like right there you can see a little bit of white. Now I do have the trim here that is white on the inside, so that's not what I'm talking about, but there are little pieces that got taken off when I pulled the tape off. Like I said, you wait too long and it starts to rip the paint off, so I need to re-tape around the edges and just go on it real quick with the brush and then pull it off immediately, and I should be good. But went on it with I don't know, probably 3 coats. Just finished up by the handles here. I had to do that with the brush, so it still looks a little bit darker than the rest, but it'll dry the same color and pretty much blend in. So I'm very pleased with that. Very glad I didn't fall off the roof on the video yesterday. Definitely out of my comfort zone once again. I don't like being up on the roof, even though we were the ones that built everything up there and did all the shingles and all that good stuff. So I am getting a little more comfortable up there. It's just still out of my comfort zone. And I think what I'll do is go back in and finish trimming that one branch that I don't know, it's probably a 4-inch wide branch or so that's sticking out towards the house. I'll go ahead and trim that one off, and then go back in and trim everything else up around here. All these hackberry trees tend to have a lot of lower branches that grow downward, so I need to definitely get some of those cut, especially over there where Baxter's grave is. There's a little hackberry tree over there that's a lot of the limbs are starting to hit the fence, and I don't want that. So I was going to try to get that done yesterday, but realistically I had enough branches already over there for the goats to eat, and there's no point in cutting too many of them in one day. Plus it's a little bit cooler this morning. Still gonna be another scorcher today, about the same with the heat index, well over 100. So hey, stop digging. Freaking dogs. They always want to rain on my parade. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go live later today, probably 6-ish maybe, depending on how things go. Sometimes I just lose track of time and I'm like, holy cow, it's already 8 o'clock at night and it's still sunny outside. So I don't know, I'll play it by ear, but I do plan on going live later on the main channel. I was gonna try to film trimming up everything around here, but I mean, I don't know, I still might do it. So if I don't go live and you see a video on the main channel, that means I just changed my mind. Big deal. Nothing new in my life. I always change my mind on everything. So yesterday was a little bit spicy on the inside of the house since I had to have the doors open. Like I said, it was about 108 for the heat index, and I was sitting there with the cross breeze, which, speaking of that, I need to figure out something for these doors. I need to either get I want to get some storm doors to put over them, but I want them to have the screen in them. One, to allow airflow through the house in the cooler part of the year. I definitely have my AC going right now, but also just help protect these doors a little bit more. As far as weather-wise, I don't think I mean, they're not getting much wind or rain or anything like that on because they're under the porches. So realistically, as if we have a hurricane or something and it starts to blow stuff around, at least it would hit the storm door instead of the actual French doors. I'm trying to get my eyes cleaned out. Check this out, see if I can well, I was gonna flip y'all around, so I'll just do this way. He's a good big brother. He's always cleaning her ears for her. She doesn't seem to mind. I guess in the mode that I'm shooting out on my phone, it doesn't let me hit the button on here to reverse the camera. So anyways, that's what I'm getting into today. I got to clean up the brush that I put out yesterday. They ate most of the leaves off. I see a lot of it dead, so it just is what it is. Like I said, I'm going to add to that collection. But got a lot of trees to trim up, probably about 20 of them. Nothing too crazy, just a lot of low hanging limbs, and I'm probably going to clean up my grapevines as well. They're starting to overtake the arches, both the good grapes in the front and the grapevine here in the back, the Mustang grape, which the ones back here did not produce this year. I thought they were going to. At the beginning of the year, they started putting off what I thought was little grapes growing, and then all of a sudden they just disappeared. And those are just wild grapes that grow down here. And I went down towards the highway, there's a whole bunch of them growing. I rode my e-bike down there to see if there was any grapes on those as well, and there's not. So I don't know, maybe they got too much rain this year. I know they do really well out at the ranch. Out in the sand, they grow good, and I guess they just need very little water to grow. So maybe I just overwatered them over here, but I can barely even see where my worm bed is. And speaking of the worm bed, I dug down in there to try to find some, and I couldn't find any of them. So I don't know if they either died or if they dug their way out or whatever, but I don't really care. It's just some worms. I can always get more. But that's pretty much what I'm gonna get into today. Just doing a lot of trimming, and I'll go back in and clean the house up a little bit. And I guess while I have y'all over here, I'll go check on the chickens. Like I said, they had about 2 dozen eggs in there, and I took some out. I marked them, so I'm gonna see how many are new, and I actually see Goldie in there, the gold hen. She didn't lay golden eggs, but it's not Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh, what's up, guys? Like I said, I can't do the reverse camera on here, and I don't want to have to edit this video. Oh, you moved them all. She's sitting in them, so screw it. I'll just let her be. I don't want to mess with her. Like I said, there's probably a handful of new eggs in there, but I'll just wait till later. Lock this bad boy up. But yeah, this is the tree I was talking about. You can see how low all these branches are, and I need to get in there and trim them up. Luckily, it's a lot of just small limbs that I can do, and then there's a couple over here that are growing towards, I guess, back this way towards this tree, and I want to clean that up so they have more room to be able to spread out. So might as well water the garden while I'm out here. See what we have growing. I haven't watered them. I don't know why. I have an automatic sprinkler. I just don't have it turned on. I have the little setup over there by the house because I was watering over there trying to grow some grass, but I need to pick some peppers. Got a whole bunch of them here. One just fell off. Jalapeno pepper. And then I got a bunch of banana peppers growing in, which I need to pick too. So probably should have thought about this a little bit better. Maybe I'll plan better next year. The cucumbers and everything, I knew when I planted them in. It's not my first time planting them, but they're growing like wildfire out here, starting to take over. And all that time I spent here weeding out this garden, grass is already starting to grow back in. So I need to just get more homemade grass killer and spray it, be a little bit more on top of my game when it comes to that. And speaking of the garden, you can see I have the shade cloth over there. I changed my mind on it. It's always very, very windy. As I say that, it's hardly any wind right now, but I'd say 90% of the time we get wind from the south, and it's pretty heavy. And when I was first putting it on, it was just blowing around like crazy. I'm afraid that it's just gonna bend these poles that I put in. So I went ahead and just put some solar lights up there, and I think that's the best decision I could have done. It makes it look a lot nicer at night. Just gives it a little bit of a glow, and if I want to go sit out there in the chairs and just hang out, it's just a nice peaceful area to be. So anyways, that's pretty much all I got for today's video. I'm gonna finish up my coffee. Now that it's a little bit later, I'll start getting to work, try to trim up all these trees, and then you'll either see a video of it or you'll see me go live tonight. So either way, appreciate y'all for watching, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Bye, guys.